Our sky isn't just blue, and our grass isn't just green. So, to paint landscapes, we have to forget the colors in our head and instead look at the ones that are right in front of us. Hey everyone, in today's video I will show you how I choose and mix colors for landscape paintings like this one. So whether you have seen my paintings before or you're just looking for some inspiration maybe, this video is for you, so let's get started. So this is the landscape I painted in September last year, and this is the painting that came out of it. So now I want to show you how I chose the colors for this one, and also why I chose them and how I mixed them. First, I've got Prussian blue here. I really like this one, and I am using it for all the shadows in my painting, as I roughly marked here for you so you can see it. I've also got these two other blue tones here, just for comparison. But I do prefer the Prussian blue because it's muted and more natural looking than these other two tones. So next we have this olive green, and I like this one because it is also very muted, and I think this is the kind of green you will find in nature. Also we have sap green, which is brighter but also really beautiful color for nature, and then this bluish green, which name I can't pronounce, but I actually don't think I've used this in this painting, but I would probably do for others. So in here you see also I tried to roughly mark where I used the green tones. So we're moving on to the browns. First of all, raw umber. This fits perfectly, I think, just because it's a warm, natural brown. There's not really much more to say about it. Next we have burnt sienna. This is a way more reddish brown, which I will use for some details on the tree trunks maybe. Next we have yellow ochre. I'm using this very sparingly on parts of the heath or the leaves, basically where I actually see some ochre. And then we have Naples yellow, which can also be perfectly used for skin tones. And in this case, it fits perfectly for the heath as well. And I basically use it everywhere where the light falls. We've also got cadmium yellow, a beautiful warm yellow tone. And I use this just on some small spots for the leaves or in the grass. Even though I didn't use it in this painting, I will carry magenta with me just to be on the safe side and have a red with me, because I already have yellow and blue, so why not have the three basic colors together? And last but not least, of course, white, in this case titanium white. I want to show you which colors I used where in the painting and why. So we are starting with Prussian blue, and as I said, I use it for all these shadows. So here for the trunks and the heath and just everywhere that lies in the shadow. Moving on to the greens, olive green and sap green, and also some cadmium yellow. I use this for the trees, and you see even maybe some yellow ochre even here and there. And for the tree trunks, I used raw umber. So for all the trunks and some branches, of course. Even if I will add Prussian blue as well. And then I also used raw umber for parts of the trunks that should be highlighted. So if light falls there, I will use raw umber and also a lot of cadmium yellow. Moving on to the sky. So as I said in the intro, the sky isn't just blue, so we're not just mixing Prussian blue with white, because I will show you what that looks like. Of course, you could work with this. In the picture, the sky actually looks more blue than in my painting. But I felt like the sky just needs more warmth to it. Now you see what it looks like if there was more blue than white in the color. And now I'm mixing in some ochre. And you can see the blue becomes way warmer. And to me, this just looks like what the sky actually looks like. I decided that this is even too bright still, so I mixed in more ochre. As I mentioned, I'm using yellow ochre for the highlights, especially on the ground where the grass catches the most sunlight. Now I want to demonstrate how I painted the grass. Because as you can see, I used a lot of Prussian blue and Naples yellow. Right now I'm mixing in just a little bit of olive green. But usually you would probably expect the grass to not be painted with a little bit of green, but mostly green. But when you look at this picture, you definitely see some greens here and there. You even see a little bit of yellow, and you also see some ochre. But I actually see a lot of Naples yellow in it. So as I'm showing you with this example, I started with the shadows, so with Prussian blue, and then I went in with olive green, and then I'm going in with Naples yellow for the highlight. I really enjoy to paint light and shadow in my painting, so here is a lot of light falling from over there. and below that there's the shadow falling from the left as well. And because I want the shadow and the highlight to be more dominant in the picture, I'm using more of the color I'm painting the shadow with, so Prussian blue and Naples yellow, because this brings out the contrast even more. So I'm adding more and more Naples yellow until I reach the point where I feel like the contrast is high enough. I will even go back in with Prussian blue to add the grass blades at the front again. And by the way, it's completely natural that the color on top, by painting into it, gets carried down, mixing with the color underneath. So in this case, Prussian blue. You see here that some of the yellow ochre mixed in with the Prussian blue, and you don't have to worry about that because maybe there's a sun ray falling down there as well, so that could be a highlight as well. You don't have to try to control it too much. And then I'm going in with a little bit of yellow and just mixing that in here and there in the highlighted area. Because I didn't clean my brush, this turned out to be more green and not a yellow, because the yellow mixed in with the blue. But you know, I'm just going with the flow. I'm just adding a little bit of yellow because I see some yellow in the nature and I want to make sure there is a little bit of yellow in there, and that's it basically. So that's how I painted this area. Depending on whether there's more highlight or shadow, I will add in more blue or Naples yellow. And to be fair, I think the painting looks better than the example I just showed you, because when I painted, I was under time pressure and I didn't think too much about it. So this actually turned out better, I think, than what I have here on my palette. And of course, I'm adding in a little bit of white at the end. I would do this at the very end when the painting is completely finished, but I'm just showing it to you here. I will add in just very small strokes of white to bring out the highlight even more. And just to be a little bit more realistic on here, I want to show you what my palette actually looked like after I painted my landscape. I have these 3 tones of blue, green and yellow, which I've never used before. And I just want to show you the difference, because these are the ones I used and you can see they look way more natural and they are muted, not so bright. As you can see here, I placed them on the palette. They look completely different, especially the green. So I'm not trying to say that you have to buy new colors if you don't have those I just showed you, not at all. Maybe you're also painting different landscapes or you're going for a different style, that's fine. But I am just showing you that by using the ones I showed you in this video, like these, it's way easier for me to paint the landscape. And with these, I could work with these, but you would probably have to mix in other colors as well to find the right tone. This bright yellow is very beautiful, but especially this green is very, very bright and it almost looks artificial. And also this blue is not, like, if I could choose, I wouldn't choose this. It would probably work well for the sky, but I wouldn't use this for the shadows at least. I would go for muted tones. Thank you so much for watching this video and sharing this creative space with me. And by the way, next time you go outside, try to look closely. I think you would probably find colors that you didn't expect to find. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.